Hello, we'll present our comic book, Fairness in Friends, as an exhibit of a novel medium of scholarship in machine learning. This comic deals with algorithmic fairness and bridges scholarship in fair machine learning with its counterparts in political philosophy. In this video, we'll focus on the creative medium of a comic book and we'll discuss the design choices that inform this work rather than focusing on the content. We'll explain why we believe that comic books and other forms of art more broadly are a promising new medium of scholarship. Cartoons and visual humor are a rich medium of scientific communication. They are particularly effective in disseminating complex ideas in ways that are accessible to a broad audience. Take the snippet of our comic book shown here. We use the metaphor of baking to explain the different types of biases in algorithmic systems. For example, pre-existing bias or bias in the data can be visualized as the effect of using store-bought pre-mixed batter. Similarly, technical bias can be understood as the imperfections that seep into our baking due to the limitations of the equipment that we have in our kitchen. For example, miscalibrated oven temperatures will result in cupcakes that are risen on one side and burnt on the other. These relatable visual metaphors make it easy for the reader to grasp the nuances of our big, scary scientific topic, in this case, algorithmic bias. Comic books are a particularly prescient medium for literature reviews and critical surveys, and for bridging insights from different disciplines such as philosophy, sociology, and computer science. Given the inherently interdisciplinary nature of machine learning, we see comics and other technical artwork as a promising new medium. For example, in this comic book, we bridge the gap between philosophical notions of fairness and their machine learning counterparts through the doctrines of equality of opportunity or EOP. To do this, we have constructed an EOP empire as shown here with different villages depicting different conceptions of fairness as EOP. We present monuments, mascots, and mottos for each village to demystify EOP doctrines in an inclusive and accessible way. This strips away the intimidating jargon of statistical measures and the characteristic complexity of philosophical doctrines. Comic books also enable us to impart satire and humor into our discourse, and this enables us to present critiques of problematic trends in our current landscape in a way that is still light and fun. We believe that this is essential for us to move forward productively beyond celebrity culture, misplaced incentives for scholarship, and the harmful extremes of techno-optimism and techno-bashing. Lastly, we believe that the comic book is a particularly inclusive medium of scholarship because it levels the playing field across different disciplines and emphasizes creative expression. It questions existing assumptions of what technical scholarship looks like. This is important because the demarcation between ethics and societal aspects of technology and the technical or computer science concerns is wholly artificial. And also because some of the most important work being done in this space is by scholars from underrepresented and historically marginalized groups. If we are to invite diverse voices to the conversation, and we desperately need to, then we must be accepting of diverse communication styles and methodologies. Through our comic books, we hope to demonstrate the utility of creative and artistic mediums of scholarship and to popularize their adoption more broadly in the scientific community. Fairness in Friends is the second volume of our ongoing comic series on responsible data science. We care deeply about making our comics as digitally accessible as possible, and towards this end have taken the following measures for all of our comics. We've chosen a typeface that was developed specially for dyslexic readers. This means that all of the major text in the comic is in the open dyslexic font. Secondly, the comic book is fully alt texted and can be read entirely using a screen reader. We also released the complete transcript of the comic book, including all of the text and image descriptions along with each volume. We will be translating the comic into different languages to cater to speakers of languages other than English. as we have done with previous volumes of the Data Responsibly comic series, which are available in Spanish and French in addition to English. So head over to dataresponsibly.github.io/comics to read Fairness in Friends and to catch up on previous volumes of our comic series. Thank you.